that lived within the heart of me.
How do I say happy birthday to my horseback riding, bear fleeing, cow milking, amazing football playing, track runner, all kinds of things, eternal companion. What a blessed thing. 90 years. What a great, wonderful life you've lived. And so much of it's been with me. Remember when we first got married, we were going to be the perfect parents. We said, oh, we'll have perfect children because we're going to be the most perfect parents in the whole world. Then we decided we'd just try the best we could. And we're grateful that Heavenly Father sent us the best children of all the spirits in the kingdom He had, so they didn't mess them up. They're all amazing. You're all amazing. Our posterity is His blessing and His touch of greatness. If I could give you a day, there's a song by John Denver that I love. I have so many favorite songs, but this one says, if I could give a day to you to remember, it would be a day like today. And moments of wonderfulness. Remember when we brought each child home from the hospital, the joy of that beautiful feeling of a new spirit in our lives to guide and direct. Starting with Terry. Those hills of San Francisco when you were going 25 miles an hour and I said, you're going too fast. And you slowed down to 15 miles an hour. So you wouldn't make her sick. All the things you did that you thought were the best for your family. And it's been a wonderful time to see you thrive and do your thing. And try to make the best of every situation. Happy birthday. There's a sign in your office. And the moral of your whole life was at the College of the Desert was to make everyone feel better when they left and they came into your life in that office. And that's kind of what you've done with your life, Ron. Everyone who's entered feels better when they leave. And our posterity is your greatest heritage. Because that's what your posterity is trying to do too. What a tribute. Happy birthday. Love you.
And so he said, now who do you want as your counselors? Well, he put me in as one of his counselors. So I was up on in BYU, at that time, BYU had what, 5,000 in that branch?
10,000 students.
10,000
students.
students.
That's Idaho is now.
And
that's
it was,
not BYU.
but, and it met in the field, in the Joseph Smith building. Great, big, huge building. And that's where we had Sunday school, and that's where Sunday school was going on. And I was up on the stand, and I saw these two girls come in. They were not late, but just on time. And they sort of come up the front, and so I reached over and asked my friend John Alexander. Some of you might know him.
He was like, who is that cute lady that just...
I asked him, do you know that girl? He says, oh, those are those girls from Florida. I said, would you get me your name? He says, I'll get you your name. So he got me her name later on, and he gave it to me. So I kept trying to call her. I found her number out in the directory, and she was never there.
LDS Tools, right?
LDS Tools. They didn't have such a thing. They had...
On your smartphone, right?
They had a way to...
No, I didn't have a smartphone.
You guys, it's a totally different life back in the dark ages. We lived in the dark ages.
But her roommates would answer and they'd say,
Backwards can.
Vivi's not here, she's in Wyoming today. So I said, oh, thank you. I called the next day, Vivi's not here, she's in Idaho today. Or somewhere, way off. And I thought, what's going on, you know? So finally I said, have her call me. Well, she never called me. That's a big joke. And so I happened to be the social chairman of a social unit. Those are like clubs. They were called social units. They call them Valhyrics. They were all returned missionaries, and we were a good group. And I was a social chairman, and so I thought, okay, my good friend Var Manwaring, who's from Rexburg, I said, Var, I'm going to put you in charge of this dance. We're going to have a dance with the Cougarettes. And so you go talk to the head of the Cougarettes. They're going to have their sign-up sheets. The way they do it is they'd say, we're going to have a dance with the Cougarettes. And so you put on your name on the sheet, the paper, you put your name and how tall you are. So when you match a person up, you match him up so the guy's always a little bit taller than the girl. So you match them up, and then that's who they're with that night at the dance. Well, the dance was in Provo Lake out on the ice. It was in the middle of the winter. And I told Var to fix him up with BB Green, so we did. And I got with her, and we were together. And I'll tell you what she did that really surprised me. It was hot dogs. We were having hot dogs in this pot, and it was boiling, and the hot dogs were boiling. And she came up, and there was nothing to get the hot dogs down. She grabbed the hot dogs and threw them out real fast. And ran her hand up real fast. How do you
love my
burn your hand?
My quick action. I could do it so fast it didn't burn.
She's so fast, it didn't burn her hand. And I said, wow. So she was fixing me up with a hot dog. And I picked her up with a hot dog.
That was so funny.
Grandpa still
Grandma
remembers.
just like, I like my ladies like I like my hot dogs.
Yes. Hot.
Fast.
But it was a
swift.
good night, and so I asked her, I said,
Finesse.
I'd like to have a date next week. How about next weekend? Well, I'm sorry, I'm dated up next weekend. What about the next weekend? I'm dated up that weekend. What about the next weekend? I'm dated up that weekend. What about the next weekend? I'm dated up that weekend. 5 weeks in a row, and I thought, I get it. I'm getting it, you know. And I thought, I'll give it one more chance. When do you study in the library? And she said, I think it was Tuesday and Thursday at a certain time.
4 o'clock.
And I said, well, we can study together. And she said, okay. I said, oh. So I go to the library, and she's there, and we sit down, and we talk.
We didn't never get these studied. That was a mistake.
And so we studied again the next time, and we talked.
Had 39 great grandchildren.
And finally,
37 great grandchildren.
you know, and I found out, and then when Var told me, he said, when we had Var, and I told Var, I said, okay, fix me up with baby, and he said, okay, well, he fixed him up with Florence. Manwaring.
But this is the Manwaring, the grandson of the man who was the Manwaring Center is named after. He's the grandson of him.
In Rexburg, yeah. Well, Var married this girl.
Var married Florence. And
Florence.
We had our first date the same time.
And we had a first date together. It was interesting.
So
So what I think is a good thing with BYU at that time is they had clubs and units, and they had interchange. A lot of, like the Valharics would fix up with the Cougarettes, and everybody would change around. So you have to know a lot of people. And so if you saw a pretty girl, you have to get to meet her, find out if you like her or not. Some girls you don't like, and some girls you do, and that's good. You gotta meet them and talk to them, but you see, this thing now about BYU, they're not letting any social units or any clubs be there.
They have family meeting groups, though. They have family meeting groups. So that helps.
I guess, how do you, because it's pretty difficult. See, a lot of guys are really not bashful, but when they see a pretty girl, they're not going to walk up and start talking to her.
They don't do that anymore.
They want.
See, at BYU, in those days, just what you did, you'd go up to any girl and just say hi.
Yeah, that's what you do.
They don't do that anymore. That's really not cool.
I can't understand why these guys are so afraid. You see a pretty girl, you want to go talk to her. Just like, and pretty soon you get to talking.
Grandpa, how do you start a conversation?
I would just say, how you doing? And then you'd start talking about something, the weather or classes or whatever.
How's the weather today?
Or you might,
Most
What's
romantic
up?
you might say,
What's up?
you see, I really like your shoes, man. Look at those shoes.
There's always something.
There's something you can talk about just to talk and to get going. And pretty soon, it just flows.
Jared, maybe you could usher in the new era of guys not being so bashful. To go up, say hi, how you doing?
Well,
You know what? I'm gonna do it.
It's a really good way.
You can start it.
You can start a whole revolution, but because the guys.
Why I'm so in love.
All right. Here's a special rendition of Happy Birthday, the way the two of you may have heard it back when you were first dating. Here we go.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday Well, Grandpa, happy birthday. It's hard to believe you're hitting 90, but the hardest realization is that I'm only a little over 20 years behind you, so I'm running fast to catch up. I only hope that I'll have that same energy and health and spirit that you have and always have had throughout these wonderful 45 plus years that I've had the blessing of knowing you. So I'm supposed to share a memory. I think I'm going to go back 45 years, and I remember when we first came off this tour that we've been on, and Terry and I had talked about getting married, and so I thought I would have to sit down with you and have a discussion about whether you felt it would be okay for me to marry Terry. And I remember that discussion kind of getting into one of, what are you going to do? What are you majoring in school? And at the time, you were the dean of students there at College of the Desert, so it was a little foreboding for me to say, well, I'm a music major, and I want to make my living out of music. And I knew that wasn't going to be too reassuring to you. You talked a lot about medicine and how great medical careers might be. So after we had our discussion and you kind of laid the gauntlet down in terms of, you better make sure that you can take care of my daughter, I went back to BYU and changed my major into pre-med. And I remember going to my first biology class and listening to the professor talk about things that I had never either heard of or studied or had no interest in. And after about 2 weeks of going to this class and just kind of having my eyes roll back, I checked out of pre-med and went back into music. And I didn't tell anybody that for a while. I think Terry may have known, but I was not too anxious to share that with you until we had finally been able to make the plans for our wedding. And then it, I'm sure, leaked out. But I was happy not to have to learn all those biological terms, and music became a great blessing for both Terry and for me, and things have kind of worked out. So that memory of you counseling with me has been something that I think has been repeated throughout these years, and I'm grateful for that. And love you and wish you another 90 years. We might as well set a new record and have you stick around so you can keep teaching me how to play golf and teaching me how to be a good husband. Love you. Happy birthday.
Hi, I wanted to take my little time to tell my dad how much I love you. There's no one in the world like my daddy. I know that on your anniversary, I probably talked about this story when I was born and how you pled with the Lord to just let me live. I'm so grateful that you did that, my daddy. I'm so grateful that you and Mom had me. Mom had me, but look at this beautiful family that I have because of you and because of the wonderful things that you've taught me. I loved to walk around in your shoes when I was a little girl. I would put your shoes on and walk around, and my feet were so happy to be walking in my daddy's shoes. I loved going to fishing. Just you and me, Dad. It was so fun to spend those times together with you, to listen to your marvelous wisdom, and to feel of your giant love for me. I'm so grateful for all that you have always done for me. There's no one like my daddy. I also want to apologize for that time that I called you and told you, what would I say if I told you I was engaged? And then I had to leave, and then I had to hang up, and my poor dad, you were sitting here thinking, oh my goodness, did I just have a bad dream or what? I'm sorry I did that to you. I wish I would have had more time so I could have explained everything at that time. But I just want you to know how much I love you with all of my heart and soul, and I'm so grateful for that time when I was auditioning for the Tabernacle Choir, that you hypnotized me and helped me to be calm. For those very important days, my daddy was always there for me. I love you with all my heart. And I'm so excited you are 90. And I'm thrilled that we get lots and lots and lots more years with you. Love you with all my heart and soul, my precious, precious dad. Thank you for being everything I could ever want. You are amazing. And I love you, love you, love you. Happy, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Grandpa! One of my favorite memories with you is going to hit golf balls on the range. Whenever I go golfing, I think of you.
I love being at your house, swimming in your pool, and having fresh orange juice. Happy birthday, Grandpa! And then have a best day ever and have everything you want.
Hey, I love when we got to come to Hawaii and visit Grandpa on his mission and see him doing full-time service, because I realized that nothing changed, that just who Grandpa always is.
It's so true. Grandpa, we love you so much. We owe you so much. You have been the most amazing patriarch to our family, and one of the things I love about you, I mean, there's a million, of course, but you were always there, and not only that, you were always such a calming figure in my life. I could always go to you for advice, and if I ever needed to calm down, I just needed to listen to your voice. We love you so much. Happy 90th birthday. Mwah! So many hugs and kisses from Utah. We love you.
Happy birthday.
Yay!
Grandpa Green, we're supposed to leave a happy memory, but it's kind of hard to do one memory for me since you've been one of my heroes for 40 years. We sure love you. We wish you the happiest birthday. We're so grateful that you are our grandpa. Can't say enough amazing things about you. For me, you're one of my heroes and someone I hope to be like one day.
Happy birthday, Grandpa Green. We love you. My favorite memory is just going to Palm Springs with you and you teaching me my golf swing, helping me with that. That's one of my favorite memories. And Dawson's favorite memory is when you would climb up the slide at Palm Springs and we'd be swimming and you'd be at the top of the slide and we'd say, what is he doing up there?
That's not the part.
But you're young at heart and you're young and we love you and we're just so grateful for you. So we love you. Happy birthday.
Love you. And then
Happy
for
birthday.
these two, say happy birthday, Grandpa.
Happy birthday, Grandpa.
Grandpa, 90 years young. You make 90 look so good. I am not even joking. I remember being younger and bragging to all my friends that my grandpa could do fingertip push-ups because we couldn't even do fingertip push-ups. You are so amazing, Grandpa. My whole life, you have just been a voice of calm for me. You've been a constant and a rock, and even though we lived states apart, you always were such a big part of my life, and that meant so much to me, knowing that you and Grandma would always make those long drives down to be at all of our special events. You guys put family first, and just so amazing. I treasure conversations that we've had together as a young kid when I was growing up, and also as a young mom when I felt like I was barely keeping my head above water. You're always so loving and encouraging, and you could give me those hypnosis moments when I needed them to. But I always knew that I could talk to you about anything, and I just am so grateful for that. I love being able to watch my kids have a relationship with you and do the same fun things that we used to do as we were kids, go to Palm Springs and make juice together and golf together. And I wish I would have taken your advice and become a pro golfer, because we need tons more women's pro golfers, right? Grandpa, you are amazing, an example and a role model of mine, and I love you so much. Have the best 90th birthday, and when all this craziness is over, we're going to throw you a big old party. Happy birthday,
Happy
Grandpa!
birthday, Grandpa. We love you.
Love you.
Favorite memories is sitting on the couch and listening to you tell your stories, especially your stories when you were in the Army.
One of my favorite memories is when you took us golfing and gave us tips on how to be a pro golfer.
One of my favorite memories is when we go to your house and we pick the oranges out of your backyard and make orange juice. One of my favorite memories is putting on my swimsuit and going swimming in the pool.
We love you, Grandpa!
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Grandpa. Happy birthday to you.
Woohoo! Say happy birthday, Grandpa!
Happy birthday, Grandpa.
Woohoo! Grandpa, Dr. Jones here. Just wanted to get on here and say happy birthday and tell you that I love you and I'm so grateful for you. My whole life, you have been just the perfect and most Christ-like example of love, of supporting your family. I can't tell you how much it's meant that you and Grandma have come to just so many shows and concerts and games and family events. And at every one of those, you've come with a smile. You've come letting everyone know how much you love them, and have always found opportunities to teach and guide and love in the perfect way. I was pretty young when I learned about the concept of clean as you go that you've taught our family, but it's made a huge impact on my life. Alyssa and I talk about it all the time, and those kinds of moments, those kinds of teachings and experiences have helped me grow and be a better person. And I think all of us can agree that discipline is something that I learned from my grandpa, and I'm so grateful for it. So happy birthday, Grandpa. So grateful for you, for your example, your love. Miss you. Wish we could be together. But happy birthday.
The Jeep, and he was driving real fast down the road, just as fast as he could go. He drove it in, he drove it over, and he said, the Spirit told him, get off the road now. So he drives off the road under a tree, and he just sits there. And the man said, what are you doing? I'm in a hurry. What are you sitting here for? He thought he had to go to the bathroom. He said, go do what you got to do, or I'm going to drive this Jeep. He said, no, sir, we have to sit here. We have to sit here for just a few minutes. And this guy said, if you don't get out of the seat, I'm going to drive the Jeep. And all of a sudden, they heard some noise. They looked up in the air, and there was 2 airplanes coming. These were enemy airplanes from the other countries who were killing Americans. They were flying over the roads, and they were shooting all the vehicles that were on the road and killing everybody in the cars and blowing them up. And this guy was sitting in this car under the tree. They didn't see him because this young Mormon kid that was from BYU went to, and was a Mormon missionary. He was driving that car, and the Holy Ghost told him, get off the road. He listened to him. He got off the road and hid under the tree. Now, what happened? That chaplain that was in that Jeep got transferred to San Francisco. I got transferred, and when I was drafted in the Army, to San Francisco. This same guy comes to me and says, hey, you're the only one on this base that went to BYU and one of those Mormon missions. You're going to be my assistant. And I said, well, I don't understand. He said, you see this here? I'm a chaplain. You're going to be all the Protestant chaplain's assistant. And what that did for me, because there's some good person who went over there and listened to the Spirit, gave me a chance to interview all of the people that came back from Korea that were wounded. Every week we had about 30 people that were shot at. No arms, no legs, all shot. And so I got to talk to these people, find out what their religion was, and give them blessings. And all the Mormons wanted a blessing. I was the only one there to do it, so I gave them a blessing. Well, when I was blessing these Mormons, all these people were laying in these beds next to the Mormons, and this guy said, hey, give me one of those. I went down the line and I gave every day about 15 blessings for probably a year and a half. I gave more blessings than anybody in the church, I think, ever. And every time I give a blessing, I put my hands on their head, and I could feel the Spirit tell me what to say. Some of these people I had to sort of chew out a little bit, because they weren't very righteous sometimes. The Spirit told me what to say, and it blessed the lives of thousands and thousands of people that came back wounded from Korea. It was because of one person who listened to the Spirit, was good, obeyed the rules, and drove that Jeep under the tree like he was supposed to. Saved his life, saved the chaplain's life, and gave me the best job in the Army. I was the chaplain's assistant to 4 Protestant chaplains, and I got to teach them all about the Mormon Church. Let them know that we're good people, and they love the Mormons now, all those chaplains. And so it was a real fallen heaven used me. And so I want to tell you people one thing. When you leave any meeting, wherever you are, always make people feel good. Feel good. Whenever you want a meeting, you go in and say, when I leave this meeting, that person's going to feel better than they did when they came in. When I was in college in the desert, after 25 years, time to quit. Real quick story. My head secretary came to me and she said, Mr. Green, they want you to be the dean of students. And I said, well, you know, I was the director of counseling. I was doing all the counselors, and I was a counselor. And she said, I said, I'm going to go counsel. You counseled for 25 years. Well, I was changed to be the dean of students, and that meant me I had to work with all the people who were still in schools and all that kind of stuff. She came back and she says, guess how many people you've counseled? I don't know, 20,000? She says, no, 72,000 people. The board of directors wants you when you retire to come out and you want the school board because everybody in the district knows you. Because you've helped everybody, all these people, you made them feel better. And so when you go somewhere, everybody gets a chance. Make somebody feel better. Thank you.
Love you, Grandpa.
Okay, so now we have like Maddie and time thing. We have piano songs. Who wants to go first?
Mia. Happy birthday, Grandpa! I'm so excited to be able to share a fun memory that I have with you. I feel so lucky that I have had you in my life for so long. I had so much fun kind of reminiscing in my brains all the fun times that we've been able to share in my life. The one that I wanted to share though, for the backstory, my mom, I remember her always talking, like growing up, all the wonderful talents and stories and stuff that she would tell us about you. One that we would always remember is the story of when Kristen was being born, and she went into the room and they had to because she was a little bit early, she had to test to make sure that Kristen's lungs were developed enough for her to be able to have the baby, and so she had to get this big long needle stuck into her belly button, and she was really concerned and worried about it. And you came in and you used your incredible, awesome skill of hypnosis, and you were able to hypnotize her so that she could be able to handle having like a 10-inch needle stuck into her belly button, and kind of that traumatic event wasn't so traumatic because of you. She was so blessed by your awesome skill. And so then fast forward to me, her youngest daughter, having my first baby for the first time. So we'd always come to your house for Christmas, and Ellie, my oldest, wasn't supposed to be born until January. And so I thought it was totally safe, like we were totally safe to travel and stuff, but we were in Disney earlier that week, and we just had so much fun, and we're partying, and Ellie was like, what the heck, I want to come out and party with you guys. This family's going to be so fun. I'm coming right now. And we were like, wait, no, hold on. You're not supposed to be born for another month. And I went into labor, and I was so scared. It was my first baby. I didn't know what to expect, and I was kind of scared because I was in pain, and I didn't know what to do. And we were staying at your neighbor's house, and then we came over that morning, and I was in tears, and I was just kind of like freaking out a little bit, not knowing what to do, what to expect. And you were like, we got this. Come lay on the couch in the front room. We're going to hypnotize you. And I was like, is this even possible? Is it going to work for me? And it did. It absolutely did. I was able to like calm my stress level, which helps calm my body down, which helps to stop the labor from progressing. And it was incredible. And I just love that my mom and I have that cool thing in common, that we were blessed by your incredible skill, that incredible talent that you have was able to bless our lives. And I just think that that's such a common thread, that all these incredible experiences and stories that you tell us you've learned and experienced them, and that they've been for our benefit. And I just feel so blessed to be in your family and to be your granddaughter, and I hope that you have the most wonderful birthday, and I love you so much.
Happy birthday, Grandpa Green. A favorite memory that I have of you is when both of us were golfing at a golf course near your house, and we went into the country club, or went to the pro shop, and out in the pro shop and on the course, literally everyone was stopping you. You were the biggest celebrity that everyone knew, and I remember we walked by someone that was teaching lessons, and they said, hey, Coach Green taught me how to swing, and my swing was perfect, and due to Coach Green. So I appreciate just how much of an impact you've made on so many people. It made me realize, wow, I wanted to be like you. So happy birthday, Grandpa Green.
Happy birthday, Grandpa!
Okay, what do you want to say?
I love going to your house. I love swimming in the fish and swimming in the pool. I love the free fish in the swimming pool.
Oh, those are so wonderful things. Grandpa's the best, huh?
Yeah.
We love you, Grandpa.
Hello, just wanted to send this quick video over regarding a memory that I have with Dad, with Grandpa. I've got, so many, but there's a couple in particular that I thought are really appropriate for this, because it'll let you kind of get a feel for Grandpa, and he's just amazing. First of all, he went to, I remember that he went to just about every single one of my wrestling matches, and I always knew that wherever it was, I know that Dad was going to be there, and it was wonderful. And so really appreciate that. When I was about 6 or 7 years old, we lived in Banning, and you all know that Grandpa is an amazing fisherman. He can catch fish, it doesn't matter what kind of water that it is. It could be the ocean, it could be a stream, it could be a river. But anyway, we were down in Banning, and he said, okay, let's go fishing. And so we got up early. It was early. It was before the sun came out, and we went and got in the car, and he had the fishing poles ready. And so we go up the mountain in Banning, and we get out, and there's this tiny little creek. I mean, the water is hardly even running. It's just nothing there. And I just thought, oh my goodness, we're not going to catch any fish. Anyway, and so he said, okay. He said, I want you to do your best to try to follow me, and and if not, I'll come back. I'll come back down. So, he said, he showed me how to put, I think it was a worm on, and I got a worm on, and then he took off up the stream, and so I tried to keep up with him, but he was just too fast, and so I didn't see him for like 20 or 30 minutes. And then, and I'm trying to, fish. I can't see anything, nothing. Anyway, it seemed like it was a long time. But anyway, here he comes back down. He had a string of fish. He caught fish, beautiful 12, 13-inch trout out of this tiny little thing. Water was hardly even moving. I don't know where, he knew exactly what to do and how to do it. But that was a memory that I have of Grandpa. Love you so much. Bye-bye.
Happy birthday! Grandpa, 90 already. I can't even believe that. Some of my favorite memories, are so many, but some that come to mind are spending time with you on your mission in Hawaii, and all the times that you and Grandma came to my recitals and like concerts and plays and all of those things. Zach's not here, but one of my favorite memories of you guys together was when I introduced Zach to the family and you gave him such a hard time about wearing your hat backwards. It's something that I'll never forget. It's just super funny to me. Duke's favorite memory is getting to meet you a couple weeks ago, huh? And what about you guys?
My favorite memory is spending time with you at Oma and Grandpa's house.
Yeah.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday.
We love you.
Bye!
Hey Grandpa, yeah, I just wanted to send you the video and tell you about that one. A lot of times actually when we were out in the front yard, I just have great memories of you showing me how to practice my short game on the golf course in the front yard in our house. I remember when there was a big tree there, and then when it came down, I was really sad, but it gave us a lot more room to play, a lot more space to practice our game. So anyway, love you.
Hi Grandpa, happy birthday. One of my best memories that I have with you is chatting in the house in California about your many years as an awesome coach and as a soldier to our country, which I am definitely grateful for. Thank you for your service, and thanks for being an all-around amazing person. So I hope you have a great day, and happy 90th birthday.
Happy birthday, Grandpa. My goodness, 90 whole years. We are so grateful for you. As a California cousin, I feel very blessed to have spent many afternoons feeding the goldfish, adding fish to your pond, which, by the way, sorry, I'm sure there were so many of them I added over the years. But one of, I think, my favorite memories, I guess two of them. One of them was all of those days when you guys would pick me up when I was over at James Workman, and I would get to come over and eat dinner and watch really fun game shows, and it was all incredibly intellectually stimulating, and I was able to just kind of hang out and have fun with both of you. But I guess my specific memory I want to recall and mention is when I came home from my mission and you gave me a blessing. And without getting emotional, I still think about the things that you said in that blessing all the time, and I'm very grateful for you. We love you, and you are so loved, and we hope you have a great birthday.
Happy birthday, Dad. I just want you to know how we love you. I remember one time, a fun experience we had when we were in Utah. We drove clear to Utah and we went clear up to Strawberry Reservoir. We started fishing, and we didn't have a motor on the boat. In those days, you rowed us out. We were all fishing. We were little kids and catching all these fun fish, and it was just a great fun time. And I'm sure you had blisters all over your hands, but how fun to give us so many good memories. Or when we went camping up in the Uintas and it was so cold, and Mom and the girls all left because they got cold. So there we were camping and just having a great time. I couldn't wait till morning on that trip. We had fried potatoes. Anyway, we love you, Dad. Happy birthday. It's just been so fun to spend time with you right now down here on this wonderful holiday season. We love you.
Hey Dad, just wanted to wish you a very, very, very happy birthday. Here we are in sunny California at your house. And I think the thing that we love the very most is, number one, spending time with you. And also the great stories that you always have to tell. We learn so many great things and you have such great, vast knowledge on so many different subjects. And we are so grateful for the wisdom and the guidance and the inspiration that you give us and that you receive in your life. We're grateful for you as a priesthood holder to spend this last Sunday with you and have you bless and pass the sacrament was such a special and wonderful opportunity, spiritual opportunity. We love you and we wish you a happy birthday.
Here are the grandkids, they're fishing.
Okay, tell me if you do.
Oh my God. Okay. I got another one, Grandpa. Grandpa, look.
Isaac got a fish.
Yeah.
Hey, this is your last one.
Isaac got a fish. Look at
Only
that.
2 in a row.
Isaac caught that fish.
Look at that.
Woohoo, look at that fishy.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Grandpa. Happy birthday to you. Love you, Grandpa. Happy 90th birthday.
All right.
Did you get it?
Well, this.
Happy 90th, Dad.
Happy birthday, Grandpa. What a special occasion to have your 90th birthday. We just wanted to wish you a very happy birthday and share a couple thoughts with you. I'm going to go first and then Gina's going to. Anyway, I just want you to, I remember as being a very young bishop, and I was able to call on you on many, many occasions and seek your counsel and advice. And always was the right thing to do. I just want you to know how much I love you and appreciate you, your example, and your understanding of life, and how you respect and honor your great wife, Grandma Bibi, and you're absolutely an inspiration to us all. I love you. Happy 90th birthday. Love you, Grandpa.
Love you. Also, I wanted to add that, well, so many special memories that I remember with you, Dad. Growing up, I loved watching sports with you, and I loved, well, because we were two peas in a pod, we're so much alike, waiting for Mom on Sundays or whatever. I'll never forget my haircut fiasco that you helped so lovingly help me with. I'll never forget that. You're also very super cool dad and very handsome dad. We're always so proud to, yep, that's my dad. So proud of you working at COD all the time. I remember one of my first kisses after a football game and you were there and never said anything. You were so cool. Always patient, always wise. We can always come to you with any questions, and throughout our lives, you've always known just what to do. Special memories. You were my escort for Homecoming Queen, my wedding, all our special memories growing up at all the events. You're also at our kids' special events, baptisms and weddings, and but your life has been an example for all of us to show us how to give to your children, how you always put us first. We always knew we were a priority. We knew if you were there, everything would be okay, no matter what we were going through. You gave us security. You gave us stability in this changing, ever-changing world. How grateful I am for you, to have you for my dad. You are patient, handsome, athletic, and wise. You are the best of all of the guys. Hope you have a happy 90th birthday. We are all here to say hip hip hooray. We love you, Dad. We hope you have a wonderful 90th birthday, and we want you to know how much you are loved, and we are so happy you're here on this earth. We love you, Dad. Mwah.
Happy birthday, Grandpa!
Happy birthday!
We're so grateful for you and your example, and we hope you have a great day. I'm sharing my favorite memory with you, and all my favorite memories are always on the golf course, Grandpa. And I just loved every time we got to go and hit the ball, and any tips and pointers and all the stories. It's always it's a good time to be around, and it's always filled with love, and I really appreciate you and hope you have a great day.
And my favorite is just that you've always been so caring, and that time when I was going through the hardest time sleeping, you called me every single night to try to hypnotize me to sleep. And I will never forget that, your kindness and caring about me and calling me every night and making sure that I was doing okay. But we just love you so much. Here's Haven. She loves you too.
Happy birthday!
And we hope you have the best day. We love you.
Love you, Grandpa.
Happy birthday, Grandpa! We love you.
We love you.
Happy 90th birthday.
Happy 90th birthday.
Happy birthday, Grandpa! One of my favorite memories with Grandpa was when he came to visit us with Grandma many years ago, and he took us fishing, and he was the first person to teach us how to gut a fish and instill the love of fishing in us. And I have so many wonderful memories with Grandpa, and I always love to hear his stories about his life. But I just can't believe that he's 90, and just want to say happy birthday.
One of the things I think about when I think about Grandma and Grandpa and growing up was the fact that I would always cry every time we would leave Grandma and Grandpa's house to go to Disneyland, because we would often go to Disneyland right after we would go to Grandma and Grandpa's house. And I would always be in the back seat of the van crying, and it was because I just loved being there so much, and I would really have rather stayed at Grandma and Grandpa's house than gone to the happiest place on earth. And looking back on that, I'm just so thankful that you guys were able to, you and Grandma were able to provide such a loving and perfect environment for your grandkids, and even for our kids now when we bring them back there. It's so fun and a really special place to all of us. And we just want to say happy birthday, and we love you so much.
Love you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday! I love you, Grandpa. I love you, Grandpa. Baby Grandma's house has a pool, and I love it so much. It's so fun. I love you guys so much. You're the best Grandma and the best Grandpa I ever had.
Happy birthday, Grandpa. Just wanted to say that I love you so much, and oh man, so many good things to say and so many stories. I would say one of probably like my all-time favorite memories of Grandpa was when I came down to Palm Springs for a summer, well, for like a week in the summer, and Grandpa taught me how to golf. was like in the middle of June, July in Palm Springs. Sioux was blazing hot. And we would go, and he took me out every day to the range, and those same drills that he taught me is what I teach other people and what I use every day when I'm on the course now. So it's honestly just like that time and just taking me out and teaching me has literally been like such a blessing and just really helped me show like what, for one, I like love golf, so it's great. And just honestly like one of like the memories that I'll cherish most with Grandpa. But I just want to say I love you, Grandpa. Happy birthday. You're the best. Hope this next one's better than the last one, like it always is. Love you.
Happy birthday, dearest Dad. Just last week, when we were all gathered with you on Christmas Eve on an online Zoom chat, I asked you to take a minute and give us all a patriarchal blessing from a grandfather's blessing, and you took that time to thoughtfully and prayerfully give us a blessing for our whole family. And the Spirit was there, and your love was there, and you gave us hope and gave us strength, and we feel of your Spirit and power, and we love you, and we are so glad you're with us. May the Lord continue to bless you and preserve you. We love you. Bye-bye.
Happiest birthday, Grandpa. I love you so much. You and Grandma really know how to make a Christmas magical. Every year I remember you asking me every day, Brittany, what's the temperature in the pool? And I'd run around to the slide and check the temperature, and it was usually 89 degrees. And you would always make sure our Christmas was perfect. But the one Christmas where Jared was born, I remember you coming to Rexburg, and it was a magical Christmas because on your birthday, when Jared was born, my mom revealed his name, and I will never forget your reaction when my mom said his name is Jared Ronald Hammond. And I think it was the first time I saw you get emotional, even if it was just a little bit, and it was such a special, sweet moment that I will always remember. I love you so much. I hope you have the best 90th birthday ever. We miss you so much. Love you.
Happy birthday, Grandpa. Last Christmas, you taught me how to improve my golf game. You helped me with my form and my technique, and it's significantly improved my golf game. While I'm not as good as you, I hope that now, with the tools of having a good swing and better form and technique, that hopefully someday I can be as good as you at golf. I appreciate your advice that you've given me with golf and with life in general. We hope you have a great birthday, and we love you.
Clap, clap, clap for Grandpa's birthday. Say happy birthday, Grandpa. We're gonna teach him roles, goals, priorities, values. Yay! Happy birthday!
Think about the world where some people don't have it very nice. But we have a great, great blessing to be in this country, to enjoy what we get to enjoy with the church and with all the good qualities of life we have and family. We appreciate all you folks being here. This is all one family. Thank you.
Love you so much.
And let you know my blessing upon each of you. And a blessing of health and strength. And listen to the Spirit. And we'll do this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen.
Go.
Hey Grandpa, we love you. One of my most favorite memories has to be honestly always going fishing with you out here in Idaho. But one in particular, Grandpa, and I don't know if you remember this, but one time me, you, and Dad were going up to fish the Teton River, and right as soon as we got out on the side of the road toward where the dam was, we started hearing some whizzes pass our feet and some rustling in the bushes, and soon to come find out after some loud bangs that we were getting shot at to not fish at a specific spot on the river. And as soon as these bullets started hitting the ground, we packed up shop as soon as we got there and got back into the truck as fast as we could, and were able to make it out without getting hurt at all. But Grandpa, you've always been so fun and so loving and so willing to go fishing and having such a great time in the Idaho outdoors, and we love you so much, and thinking of you and thinking the best of you, and we love you, Family.
All right, 1, 2, 3, family!
I like that hug thing again, okay? There, come here, hug.
Hi, Grandpa. Happy birthday. I have so many memories coming to California and eating citrus fruits with you guys from your trees and swimming. There's lots of fun things that we've done in California, and it's always a blast. But one of my favorite memories is hearing you talk about all of your patients and clients that you've helped. And I love it when you hypnotize us and help us to relax. It's always so fun, and so makes me feel so good and energized, and you feel like you had a 20-hour nap afterwards. Anyways, we just ultimately love spending time with you, hearing your stories, and it's always just so fun. We love you so much. Happy birthday.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here and to see all of you folks and to feel your great spirits and to hear and feel the spirits that you all have and that are here with us. I have one blessing, and all of us have been given gifts. And I think it's important that we work and find out what gifts we have, what gifts we've been given. I talked to my younger brother just the other day, and he said he had a dream. This man came to him and took him to a building right next to the temple, and there was this huge building. They opened the door, and there were rows and rows of packages, all wrapped in beautiful colors. And the man told him, these packages are for the people on earth. The Father in heaven has done this for, and all they have to do is ask for them, and they'll get them. And so I'm just saying, ask for your gift. Ask for what you need. Ask Father in heaven, and He will give you your gift, your gifts. Everybody has gifts. It tells us in the scriptures, we all have gifts differently. And so it's important that we use our gifts well. I was so blessed when I was growing up, basically. I had a problem and didn't know it, didn't find it out until I was in the Army. Actually, I was in the Air Force, and flying planes, and they grounded me because I couldn't see the colors on the guy was waving his flags to tell me to land. And I saw the wrong color, and so he took over the plane and landed and said, "Look at your eyes, check the color blindness." And I had them checked, and I was colorblind. And because I was colorblind, I got out of going to Korea and shooting and killing people like I was trained to do. And I got to go to BYU and met her, and because of that, look at here. And her sweet spirit and Beba, meeting Beba and all of her sisters and all their sweet, wonderful, great gospel teachings that the folks down in Florida have. And it's wonderful to know that the church is true, and it does so much for all of us. And we're so blessed to know that we have what Father in heaven has put on earth and said, follow these programs and you will have blessings. And the gospel is certainly true. Well, each of you are special people. You prove yourself in the pre-existence. You've made the right choices there, and you're making the right choices here. And we will continue to make the right choices if we have the Holy Ghost with us. The way you can keep the Holy Ghost with you all the time, when you're with people, try to be with people that have the same roles, goals, priorities, and values. If they have the same values, and they have those the same as you, you'll be able to have the Holy Ghost with you, because you won't have the arguments and you won't have the problems. The Holy Ghost can't be there if there's dissensions and disagreements and problems. So I want you to know the gospel's true. I've been on 13 missions. 2 full-time missions. Last one with my wife, we were going to go to Australia, and they sent us to Hawaii. Time? Okay. I just want you to know that the Father in heaven loves each of you. You're so important. And he wants you just to be and listen to his Spirit, listen to that Holy Ghost. I bring you that testimony in Jesus Christ.
Amen. Happy birthday, Grandpa! We love you so much. The word to describe you is legendary. You are a legendary golfer, legendary teacher, legendary counselor, legendary sneezer, and get you goomy storyteller. I am so grateful to know you, Grandpa. You have no idea the legendary person that you are and that you set for the rest of your posterity. Thank you so much for being who you are, and we're so grateful to be your granddaughter. Happy 90th! I'm at 110.
I passed.
No,
Oh, you got 110?
You're safe, Allie. You're safe, darling.
110. She's got 110. You
I passed way on.
Everybody else passed? So it's you two.
I passed.
Oh, you passed?
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Happy New Year!
Happy birthday, Grandpa. We love you. A memory I have with you, Grandpa, is when we were able to dance together a few years back, and it just brought me memories watching the video, and I love you so much.
One of my favorite memories with you is when I came over for the first time to your house, and we just had so much fun. You were telling stories, and we played, what is it called?
Rook.
Played Rook. That was so much fun. You beat us all. You're just the best.
Grandpa always beats us in fishing and Rook, and we just love you so much, and we hope you have the best birthday.
We love you. Happy
Love
birthday.
Happy 90th birthday, Grandpa! I love you so much, and a memory I've had with you is when my parents and Haley and Brittany went to Europe. We got to have you and Grandma babysit us, and Brielle and I just sat on the couch for hours at a time, so intrigued by all your stories and how you became such a great coach and all your life lessons, and so thankful for your stories and everything we learned from you. Love you so much. Happy birthday.
Amazing Grandpa! Thank you so much for everything you've done for us and for the family. You truly are a light to so many. One of my favorite memories of you, well, a memory that I have of you that's very special to me, is when Moose passed away. He was with us in Rexburg, and that was really touching to see how you handled the whole event and how you showed forth your spirit and your strength to us all, because it was hard for us. We love that dog, and we love you, and we're grateful that you were able to teach us how all dogs can go to heaven, especially a great one like Moose. You and him were very close, and I'm just so grateful for you, grateful for your example, and for the spirit that you give to us. You're an amazing, amazing powerhouse of a grandpa, so thank you for everything. Love you. Happy birthday.
Sawadee ka! This is to wish my wonderful dad a happy 90th birthday. My dad, what do I say without crying, but the best dad in the world that I could ever have. You have been constant, always constant. When I was little, just working hard, and you've worked so hard that I've had such a fairy tale life. I've been able to go to BYU and participate in Young Ambassadors and all those things. You paid for my mission. When I got married, we were not into debt because you worked so hard. Dad, I just want to thank you for being such a hard worker for your daughter, and for instilling in me the gospel of Jesus Christ. And you made it possible that I can have a testimony. So I just want to thank you and have a wonderful 90th birthday, and I wish we could give you the biggest hug. That you're the best dad and you're just 90 years old. I can't believe it. You're amazing. What an example you are. I love you so much.